Welcome back. We're looking live at Capitol Hill, where the Senate will vote again today to try to end the federal government shutdown. But the stalemate is already creating confusion on a key economic metric. The Bureau of Labor Statistics couldn't release its official September jobs report Friday, leaving private companies to use their own research to fill the gap. And with everyone from payroll to private equity firms crunching the numbers, there's a big fat question mark on how many jobs are actually added or lost. Daniel Altman, economist and founder of the High Yield Economics newsletter, joins me now to help us break this down and what it all means for markets. Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing well, but I am confused. When the government goes dark on data, like during the shutdown, how much confidence should we really have in numbers coming from corporations with their own interests?
That's a great question. Those numbers are probably fairly objective, but they still bounce around quite a lot. They're pretty noisy. And these private companies can't keep putting out these numbers for very long because some of them are actually based on the Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers. They're calibrated with that data. So they give us more of a real-time view of the labor market, but they still rely on the Bureau of Labor Statistics data for their long-term trends. So if the Bureau of Labor Statistics stays dark for a long time, these data aren't going to be terribly reliable either.
Then we also have, in the backdrop, we remember when President Trump fired, the chief of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So he's had problems with the numbers. The American people need to know where jobs and things stand for their own sense of confidence, correct?
They do, and companies need to know too, because if they're trying to figure out what demand is going to be for their goods and services, they need to know how many people have jobs, how many people have incomes, and how the economy is doing overall.
Daniel, some of these estimates are miles apart from different economists, different agencies like we talked about. Carlisle says we're up 15,000 jobs, while ADP says the country has lost 32,000. What's your take on the reliability of these private models? Because ADP actually goes by paychecks issued, right? Isn't that their metric?
That's correct, but they still have a reporting pool, which is not the same as what the Bureau of Labor Statistics has. The Bureau of Labor Statistics relies on two big nationwide surveys that are fairly comprehensive, especially after the revisions. So we can't really trust these numbers completely, but all of them, including some new data from a company called Revelio Labs, show that the economy is pretty stagnant in terms of the labor market. They're all showing either small drops or small gains. It's all pretty paltry.
And Daniel, I've got about a minute left, but I do want to ask you, what does all of this mean for someone who works in this space? This is your wheelhouse. We see gold prices rising. That usually indicates that people are not comfortable with the economy and the dollar. We see the dollar weakening. We don't know where the job numbers are. We are in the middle of a government shutdown. You say what?
We're flying blind right now, Nick, and the problem is that there's a lot of uncertainty in this economy. That's really what's stopping companies from going ahead with new hiring and investment decisions. The uncertainty just drags on, whether it's new tariffs and economic policies coming out every week, or this shutdown, or the lack of data. It's really hampering what could be a fast-growing economy.
And Daniel, at the same time, so many people are dipping into savings and things that they should not do because they're uncertain about what's happening right now. Daniel Altman, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.